Alright, what's going on? In this video, we're taking a look at the Miami Dolphins sale concept from 2020, first 4 games of the season. We got Ryan Fitzpatrick in at quarterback, as well as a new offensive coordinator. They did run this a couple times in 2019, towards the end of the season, but ended up not making a video on it. 2020, first 4 games of the season, they called it 5 times total. Typically, the sale runner is going to be the tight end. Sale is a 3-man concept where you're going to have a vertical route, the sail runner, which is the intermediate out route, and you're going to have someone running a flat, whether it's a swing, an arrow. All right, taking a look here at the sail concept and how it attacks certain coverages. I'm a big fan of this concept because of how versatile it is. Let's talk about base cover 2. We're going to have flat defender, deep half defender, hooked curl. So the hooked curl defender is immediately in a difficult spot, trying to get any sort of like depth or width to defend the sail, since the sail is running away from him. Against the flat defender, what you have is a conflict created by the sail over top of him and the flat underneath him. It's similar to the smash concept in this regard. Uh, Typically, the way that teams will try to defend this is have the flat defender sink and then drive on ball thrown to the flat to make sure that this window behind him is restricted. Very similar to the smash concept. On top of that, the deep half defender is responsible for getting over top of number 1. So that's going to leave space for the sail underneath to open up potentially. Now, if we're talking man coverage or man match principles that you might see out of quarters teams, number 1 vertical. Let's say the cornerback is responsible for any number 1 vertical. Let's say the linebacker is going to push out to the hook and relate to the number 3 uh, on the quick swing. So he's going to push out with him. And let's say the safety is taking vertical of number 2. So this is vertical. Safety is going to man on that. The benefit of this route then, in this case, is that the sail route is running away from the leverage of the safety. Makes it a very difficult route to defend. And what you see from some teams is the quarterback will try to put the ball lower, where the sail runner can then come down on the ball even further away from the safety if the safety is over top and behind. But it's going to be on a case by case, team by team, situation by situation basis. All right, now against cover 3 that you might see, going to get deep third, curl to flat, middle hook defender. So the way this play is going to function against this, you're probably looking immediately to the sail to see if this gets open, where this down safety or nickel or whoever he is has to push out with him. If it isn't open, you're going to just throw the flat and look to make a play in space, see if this running back can't make someone miss, get a couple yards. The one-on-one here might be alert based on matchup, or if it's press man, you might look to throw the quick fade since there's not much help over top out here. But yeah, this guy is going to be conflicted, similar to the cornerback in cover 2 with the high-low. And this linebacker is going to have to push very far in order to have any impact on this route concept. All right, here we're going to have the sail on the bottom of the screen. I think it's some sort of cover 2 quarters where these guys are relating to the men in front of them. My initial thought was that number 1 was, or the cornerback was trapping the outs of number 2 by design, but if that was the case, I think the safety would be pushing out towards number 1 or mid-pointing potentially. So I think it's just relate to the vertical of number 2, relate to the vertical of number 1. But the cornerback ends up keeping his eyes in the backfield, making a play on the ball when number 2 breaks out. Great defense rep right there. And you can see what the quarterback's looking for, where if this cornerback does go with the vertical at number 1, then the safety is in no position to defend the sail, and this linebacker is looking downfield. So there's a potential for a huge pocket out here for the sail coming in. All right, we're going to have the sail down here to the bottom of the screen. You're going to get pure man to the top of the screen, and then some sort of zone coverage down on the bottom. The safety's going to cheat towards passing strength. This guy's going to flip his hips, zone turn, eyes towards the quarterback through number 2. And it's actually pretty solid defense, passing off the vertical to the deep safety and breaking out on the sail by this cornerback. He just couldn't quite get there in time. You can see he's actually watching number 2 the whole way through here. So again, a great example of how you could potentially defend sail. Another point is keeping outside leverage on this vertical to funnel him into the safety. All right, now here we got drop 8 Tampa 2, where they're going to drop 8 guys into coverage, which is going to let them close off the sail. Sail's going to be bottom of the screen. So if they didn't drop this extra defender here, what you might see is this hooked curl defender potentially settling over top of this curl or a quick hitch and leaving a ton of space for the sail. But since this is the 8th defender and he can sit here to close this off, then the hooked curl can sync with it and keep it covered up. This just shows you that you can still run it even without a running back. You just got to route to conflict whoever's defending the low to intermediate zone outside. All right, just a quick clip of some man matching 2 high principles, or potentially just pure man. The safety is going to be covering the sail. And you can see here down on the bottom that potentially if it's timed up and they're throwing to the sail side, that running outside creates some solid space, especially if the quarterback just puts it low. Makes it very difficult for anyone from up high to defend this route.